Ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession is about to enter the hall. We'll be singing the national anthem, the words of which are on page 11 of the program. Please now stand for the academic procession and remain standing for the national anthem.
Australians, lo, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gift of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, on every stage, advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. I, Catherine Branson, Chancellor of the University of Adelaide, declare open this congregation convened for the purpose of presenting degrees. Distinguished guests, parents, relatives, friends, most important, our graduates today, welcome to the University of Adelaide's graduation ceremony. Gana Meana, Gana Yata, Nadlu Thumpandi. In English, we acknowledge we stand on Kaurna land. We acknowledge the Kaurna people, past and present, the original custodians of the Adelaide Plains and thus of the land on which the university's campuses are built. We acknowledge their ongoing spiritual connection with this beautiful land. Graduation days are always joyous days. Graduates, I hope this is a day in which you and your family will take great pride when thinking of your hard work and your success coming here today to graduate. Of course, it's also a source of pride and satisfaction to the University of Adelaide to see so many of our students graduating as they're doing this month. Graduation Day is a day for you to reflect, to think back on the past, how you came to be here, and to think of the future that should now open up to you. This day may well signal a significant change in direction in your life. Whatever direction your life takes from here, the knowledge that you have gained, the skills that you have learnt, should stand you in good stead, not only in your professional life, but we hope in your personal life as well. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce to you today's graduation orator, the Honourable Kayam Ma, MLC. Kayam is the Leader of the Opposition in the Legislative Council. He's a Shadow Attorney General, Shadow Minister for Industrial Relations in the Public Sector, and Shadow Minister for Aboriginal Affairs. He is a proud Aboriginal man who has served as the Aboriginal Affairs Minister in the Wetherill Government, guiding important reforms, such as being the first state in Australia to commence treaty negotiations with Aboriginal nations and implementing a Soul and Generations reparations scheme. Kayam is particularly passionate about ensuring that all South Australians are afforded the dignity that good, meaningful jobs provide, and that all South Australians are able to share in the opportunities and benefits this state offers. A graduate of this university, he holds degrees in law and economics and practices as a lawyer with the Crown Solicitor's Office before working in politics. After growing up in country South Australia, mainly in Mount Gambier, Kayam now lives in the southern suburbs of Adelaide with his wife Carmel, 3 boys, a cat, and I'm told a growing flock of chooks. Kayam enjoys spending time in regional South Australia, cycling, as he says, slowly, mowing the lawn, and he has a particular fondness for a good sausage roll, a real Aussie boy. We are privileged to hear him speak today. Please welcome Kayam Ma.
Thank you, Chancellor, and I too wish to acknowledge that we stand on the land of the Kaurna people. Where we are, where Adelaide stands, is Kaurna country, and acknowledge the surrounding Aboriginal nations, Peramank, Ramanjeri, Nurrunjeri, Nukunu, Nadjeri and Narunga. All of these nations, all of this country always have been and always will be Aboriginal land. I wish to acknowledge the Honourable Catherine Branson, ACQC Chancellor of this great university, Professor John Williams, the acting Provost of the university, who's been heavily involved in many of the trickier legislative changes that we've seen in South Australia through the Salary Institute here at Adelaide University. Distinguished guests, many of whom have had to put up with our graduating students for not just their time of university, but for many, many years. Well done to you, but most of all, well done to everyone here today who's graduating. As I was introduced, my name's Kayam Ma. I'm a proud Aboriginal man and a graduate of this university quite some time ago with law and economic degrees. As the Chancellor said, I'm, in my spare time, a painstakingly slow cyclist. I now have 15 chooks, which outnumbers my followers on TikTok, which is only 13. Again, congratulations everyone who's graduating here today. It's no small individual feat for any of you. You join a long and distinguished list of alumni from this institution that dates back to 1874. Nobel laureates like the Braggs and Howard Florey, Tony Tan, the former Deputy Prime Minister and President of Singapore, Julia Gillard, the former Prime Minister, and Dietram Lockman, who starred for 2 years in Neighbours, are notable alumni from this university. I'm sure your journey to graduation has included many moments of challenges and many moments of triumph. On average, over a 3-year course, you're likely to have consumed 1,300 litres of coffee, 500 litres of Red Bull and 350 litres of beer. And if you bought all that coffee from a coffee shop, it would likely add up to 1 year of your HECS debt for your degree. You've endured significant challenges in the last 18 months. The changes in the world and the way we interact are like very few have had to cope with before. COVID has fundamentally changed the way the world operates, and has changed so much for universities that I think makes your accomplishments even more spectacular. With added uncertainty and entering the job market, it is more important now than ever to grasp every opportunity that comes your way. You all now have a qualification that will stand you in very, very good stead for the rest of your years. But in my experience from graduating from this university, it's not just what you've learnt, but the process of learning and the experiences you've had that are maybe more important than the subjects you've completed. Understanding, analysing the world around you, how to respond to challenges are skills that you will fall back and return to time and time again. The desire to learn that you've demonstrated here, the process of taking into account relevant information, using evidence to draw reasoned conclusions and plan your responses are skills that you've needed to get through university and will serve you well as you make your way through the world. Now, if I felt like being slightly controversial and seeking a headline speaking today, I'd probably tell you all that war with China is imminent, but I won't do that. Instead, I'll offer three simple pieces of advice that have stood me in good stead. Firstly, you don't need to know at any given time exactly where you'll end up. Secondly, follow your passion. And thirdly, do some good along the way. You don't need to know exactly where you'll end up. When I started at Adelaide Uni, I had absolutely no idea whatsoever what I wanted to do. I got reasonably good marks, and you needed reasonably good marks to get into law, so I commenced a law degree. Finishing my law degree, I wasn't even sure that I wanted to be a lawyer, but was fortunate to interview for and land a job at the Crown Solicitor's Office, and it was during that time that I started my passion in politics and my desire to work in Aboriginal affairs. I wasn't at all involved in any form of politics while I was at university. That happened after I started working, and it happened through a fortunate set of coincidences that I ended up in the role that I'm in. I guess what I'm saying is it's important to set goals, to have ideas of where you want to go. It's important to strive to achieve, but much of what's happened to me has partly been being in the right place at the right time, but also having made the most of the opportunities to make sure you take advantage of good luck. Whatever you're passionate about, act on it. Make sure that's what drives you. From my experience, once I started my involvement in politics after a few years as being a lawyer, I had in mind that I wanted to make a difference in the world around me through Aboriginal affairs and through elected politics. In my view, the fact that so many Aboriginal people, members of the oldest living culture on the planet, face such levels of disadvantage is the greatest stain on us as a country. Aboriginal people make up around 2 to 4% of the Australian population, but 27% of those who are in prison. In South Australia, often somewhere between 80 and 100% of young people in youth detention are Aboriginal. Infant mortality rates are twice that of non-Aboriginal people. Aboriginal kids are removed from their parents at 10 times the rate of non-Aboriginal people. A man living on the Unundu Pitjantjatjara Yunkanjatjara lands today has an average life expectancy of 48 years. That's not the country I belong to, but it's where I was initiated through men's business. And if I was a traditional Yunkanjatjara man living on country, on average I'd have one more year of life to live. We are fortunate to share this land with the oldest living culture on the planet, but we need to do more to right some of the wrongs and the injustices that still plague us today. I am exceptionally fortunate that my time at Adelaide University equipped me to do my little bit in doing that, to take a role in Aboriginal affairs, to start treaty negotiations with Aboriginal nations, to start a reparation scheme for stolen generations. And that's what I'm passionate about. And I implore you all to use what you've done here to do what you're passionate about and do some good along the way. Being a graduate of Adelaide Uni is an amazing privilege, but it confers, I think, privilege and obligations on you. Take time to reflect, take time to be so proud of your achievements, and also take time to think about the positive impact that you can have on your family, your community, and on the world. Well done to each and every one of you.
On behalf of the graduates and their families attending today's ceremony, I would like to thank the Honourable Kaya Mayor for his stimulating and inspiring address. We are honoured that you have taken the time to join us on this special day to share with us your thoughts and experiences. Your words of encouragement and advice are greatly appreciated. They remind us that education places upon each of us an enduring responsibility to make the best possible use of our talents and to contribute to the betterment of society in whatever way we can. Please join me in once again thanking the Honourable Kaya Mayor.
I will now receive the candidates for degrees. I call on the Acting Provost.
Chancellor, I, Professor John Williams, Acting Provost of the University of Adelaide, certify to you and to the whole university that the graduates who will be presented to you have fulfilled the conditions prescribed for the admission to the award for which they are so presented.
I, Catherine Branson, Chancellor of the University of Adelaide, by virtue of the power committed to me by the university, confirm that each graduate is admitted to the rank and privileges of a holder of the award in the University of Adelaide for which they are so presented. I call on the Dean of Business and Pro-Vice-Chancellor Entrepreneurship of the Adelaide Business School, Professor Noel Lindsay, to present the graduates.
Chancellor, I, Dean of Business and Pro-Vice-Chancellor Entrepreneurship of the Adelaide Business School, Professor Noel Lindsay, present to you graduates from the Adelaide Business School. To the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Marketing, Joshua Glazer Keating. And Naomi Renee Hilton. To the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Management, Angus William Denley. To the degree of Bachelor of Commerce International Business, and also receiving the degree of Bachelor of International Studies, Pran Gabrinovich. To the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Corporate Finance, Warren Atkinson. And Harry John Cudmore. To the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Accounting, Shakila Banyadi. Patrick George Ferrugia. Cameron Peter Gregg. Madison Louise Harris. Arizo Husseini. Ifa Afiona Ismail. And Thomas George Miller. To the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Courtney Louise Marks. Also receiving the Diploma in Languages, Timothy James Mason. Thomas Argiri Matsuliadis. Patrick Luke McCabe. Adele Milanta. Michael Nadoni. Jessica Nelson. Emily Louise Nettle. Joshua James Newton. Wing Sum Ng. Hee Dang Nguyen. Julie Tao Mai T. Nguyen. Natalie Nguyen. Georgia Mackenzie Nichols. Iman Emil Norden. Wa El Nuihead. Henry O'Grady. Brad Stephen O'Malley. Christopher Parfitt. Thomas Ian Soundow Parish. Mung Ke Pei. Lian Ru Peng. Adam Chris Perkovich. Stephanie Danielle Pianti Dossi. Caitlin Erin Pink. Panayotti Sarakas. Pei Ling Kwak. Also receiving the Diploma in Languages, Giordano Raimondo. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Economics, Tarun Ramesh Babu. Philip Ryan Villafert Reyes. Jonathan David Alexander Russ. Thomas Joseph Sample. David Gavin William Sanford Morgan. Joshua Robert Santillana. Alicia Nicole Sexton. Emily Jane Sharp. Jake William Sibley. Lokugan Hiwage Ruhani and Ghana Silva. William Henry Skidmore. Jackson Smith. Campbell Price Snaith. Zoe Kate Spratt. Anant Srivastav. Michael John Stark. Rafal Starwicki. Tessa Jean Stewart. Lucas Teak Storer. Hung Su. Jia Shen Tan. Shuing Ting Tan. Matthew Colin Taran. Martin Matthew Tebyanyan. Melissa Mei Ming Teo. Bryce Dakota Terry. Timothy Lachlan Torzok. Caitlin Diem Fung Tran. Peter Fong Nat Tran. Phoebe Sakalos. Cale Philip Schoen. Martin Zer. Ho E Tiffany Tung. Mariah Vegionis. Kiara Varicchio. Sri Vaishnavi Venkatesan. Amber Elizabeth Venning. Gabriella Domenica Vinci. Tai Tai Lin Vo. Joseph Andrew Barassi. Megan Vong. Hu Lan Quinn. Elva Ellen Walsh. Jonathan Barry Walters. Sam Hei Wan. Dan Yang Wong. Shan Chan Wong. Emily Grace Ware. Kyle Gordon Howard Watson. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of International Relations, Caitlin Brittany Weller. Xiao Jun Wen. Sarah Annabelle Wigney. Carson Dineth Wijidasa. Zach Henry Vilmhurst. Ai Xing Wong. Alicia Kusuma Chun Sian Wong. Daniel James Worrell. Ko Kwan Daniel Wu. Zhou Tong Wu. Zhao Wei Xu. Li Ying Shi. Li Hao Wei Yao. Joel Yip. Sanessis Nicola Yaniku. Sir Yu Yong. Min Su Yu. Benjamin Ashley Christopher Young. Ming Yu Yue. Paul Chris Zahos. Jian Zheng. Xiaodan Zheng. Yunshen Zheng. Kainan Zhou. Shudong Zhou. And Uke Zhu. Chancellor, this concludes the graduates from the Adelaide Business School for this ceremony.
I'm now very pleased to present to you Daniel James Worrell, who was presented this afternoon with the Bachelor of Commerce. Daniel will now give the valedictory address on behalf of the cohort of graduates who are presented with their awards today. Daniel.
Thank you, Chancellor. Good afternoon, fellow graduates, family, friends, partners, and of course, Honourable Catherine Branson, Professor John Williams, and Honourable Kyle Ma this afternoon. Graduation Day is a significant day in our lives, and we appreciate the effort that the university and the distinguished guests here today play in the part to make this a day to remember. Before anything else, I'd also like to extend my gratitude, and probably on behalf of all the graduates, to the lecturers and tutors we've had all these years who have worked tirelessly to provide us with first-class education and to listen to our excuses over the years as well. I'd like to also thank personally the Elite Athlete Program and the Student Wellbeing Centres for being available and understanding of the pressures that our university experience can often provide. My name's Daniel Worrell, and I'm proud to say, like you guys, that I'm finally a commerce graduate from the University of Adelaide, albeit 6 years late. I'm also glad to be asked to present at the ceremony today as valedictorian. I'll guarantee I'm not the best student here, at least I hope not, or else a lot of us are in a lot of trouble in the future. And I also haven't been around as much to spend as much time as I would like to on campus throughout my degree, due to professional sporting commitments for South Australia, but the experiences and the values that I've learnt here at university have shaped the way that I live my life outside of that as well. Not least of which is the ability to find a bargain, like the end of day specials at the cafe and the sushi spots, and the $10 palmy and beers at Unibar, and of course the lessons learnt being able to do 5 weeks of coursework in 3 nights when COVID hit and we weren't required to hand in our shoots every week, so that was handy. This is one of the proudest days of my life, and I'll try over the next couple of minutes to explain how I think it should be all of our proudest days. As a professional athlete, I've had to endure loss, I've had to sacrifice a lot, and I've had a lot of self-doubt, among many other things, to grow and improve as a person and as an athlete. But what I've come to realise as I get older is that these are natural responses that we have to any part of our lives. And our university experience is absolutely no different in this regard. I'm sure all of us here have had to sacrifice to study and perform to their expectations. We only have to think of the people who, in the last 18 months, have had to sacrifice relationships and time with their loved ones, or even today, the graduates who unfortunately couldn't be able to be here to be presented their award on what should be the proudest day of their career so far. All the times we have doubted ourselves during semesters or exams, or whether we should speak up in tutorials with a strong opinion. Now, these experiences at university have helped us develop confidence in ourselves. The fact that we persevered and accomplished our goals is a testament to our ability to build resilience and progress through adversity, something we can always draw upon in the future. So what now? The years studying were our launchpad. University was to prepare us for our lives in front of us, and a university degree was a natural progression after high school. But where to next now that we all have the options ahead of us, but with no clear direction ahead? University has taught us the fundamentals in our chosen field, and we are now armed with the knowledge that we require to start a successful career. But this is our moment to decide what happens next and how we apply the knowledge that we have gained at university. In the unprecedented conditions at the moment around the world, it's important for us to use this knowledge to contribute to our local and to our global communities. We have the opportunity to judge our success in the next phase by how we can change the lives of the people around us. The people sitting in this room who have come to our graduation today, they believe in us. Whether it was your parents who provided the opportunity, the partners, siblings and friends who provided the support, they believe in us to make a difference. So finally, I want to say congratulations to us. In our world of pursuit and in trying conditions around the world, we can be distracted by what comes next. without giving the proper attention to what we do along the way. So this graduation is ours, nobody else's. We worked for it, we did the long hours on our own, we've sacrificed, we've doubted ourselves, and we've worked hard when we thought the effort might not be worth it. But we have grown and we have achieved something special. So congratulations, we're finally at the end, and on our proudest day, we can say that we're graduates from the University of Adelaide. Thank you.
Graduates, I've spoken to you individually as you came up on the stage, but it now gives me great pleasure to congratulate the entire cohort who've graduated today. Be proud of what you've achieved, and remember those who supported you along the way. It will be your family, your friends, and also, I'm confident, the fine staff of this university. I wish you every success as you start this next exciting stage of your life's journey. As graduates of the university and its ambassadors, over the years since the university was established, its alumni have made enormous contributions, not just in this state and this country, but around the world. There are now more than 147,000 alumni of this university all around the globe. We also have alumni associations in more than 134 countries, and we have 8 international networks as well as 17 alumni networks. I hope you'll give some thought to joining one of our alumni networks. I take this opportunity to thank the mace bearer, Caitlin, and the valedictorian, Daniel, and all who assisted in the organisation and running of today's ceremony. I ask now that all of our graduates remain seated, and I invite everybody else who feels comfortable doing so to stand and once again join with me in congratulating the graduates on their achievements. I ask the audience to remain standing and ask the graduates now to stand for the academic recession. Once the academic recession has left the hall, we ask guests to please remain in their seats until directed to exit by university staff. I now declare this congregation adjourned.